amazing role of women. You got Rahab, you got Mary, you got Esther, you got Priscilla and Aquila, you got Lydia, you got Eunia. All of these people, it is incredible to see the power of women in the history of the church and the history of the world. It's beautiful. I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes, but when we went to Folsom Prison this past week, and I watched these guys, there was a letter read by one of the inmates that has recently left, and he wrote a letter back to the guys. And in it, he had said something. He said, I didn't believe anybody loved me except my mom. Isn't that the case, though? And I got up when I was speaking to them, and I said, guys, how many of you in this room, I mean, you're in prison. How many of you in this room are here because, or not because of, but how many of you had a absentee father? Every one of them raised their hand. How many of you had a drunk for a dad? A drug addict for a dad? Every hand raised. They knew their mom loved them, but their dad wasn't even there. And I said the beauty of the gospel, and so I preached the prodigal son story to them. And I said, here's a kid who goes off and he's reckless and he spends the money, he sleeps with the prostitutes, and he's a total gong show. Can any of you connect to that? Yeah. And then the minute he turns back, he goes and the father runs at him and has compassion on him. And the father, of course, represents God, and he embraces him and he has a celebration for him. And I said, what you get in Christianity is a father who will never be absent. Amen. What you get through Jesus is a father who will never get drunk and beat up on your mom. What you get in Christianity is something you've been pining for your whole life, and they're crying, and this is the beauty of the gospel. But the moms are the ones that carried them in the absence. And so this is a beautiful, honoring passage for women. And I just want to say thank you to the women. Thank you that we have a church that honors women, that has women in leadership and everything. Like, it's unbelievable. Thank you. As a dad of three daughters, I get to be at a church that's like, okay, what are you can do anything in regard to ministry if you want to formally, but whatever it is, I want you to know there's no limit on the talent and the spiritual gifting God has given you and the call God has given you. It's an unbelievable thing. When the Apostle Paul lays it out in Ephesians 4, apostle, prophet, evangelist, shepherd, teacher. He says, these are the gifts Jesus Christ has given to the church, and never one time does he go, by the way, all these are just men. Ladies, shh. Doesn't do it. Because there's ministry to be done, beautiful ministry to be done.